what is the spiritual dream meaning of drowning?
March 28, 1941. Virginia Woolf, one of the greatest writers of the 20th century, she walks to the River Ouse, fills her pockets with stones, and just steps into the water. She didn't fight, she surrendered. Surrendered to this thing that had been pulling at her for her entire life.
And look, this wasn't just anyone. We're talking about the mind that gave us Mrs. Dalloway, To the Lighthouse. I mean, she even wrote a novel literally called The Waves, built around the sound of water crashing and retreating. She was a total genius, but a genius who was absolutely haunted by what she called the waves inside her own head.
Her life was just this relentless cycle. Think about it. Her mother dies when she's just 13. She's abused. Her first major breakdown hits when she's only 22. It was this constant back and forth, moments of pure brilliance followed by total collapse, over and over and over again, for decades. So let's be crystal clear about this. Her final act, it wasn't sudden, not at all. She had been drowning for years, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, just completely submerged. You have to imagine, every single morning she woke up, that feeling, that water, it was already there waiting for her. Okay, so if you are having this dream, if you're the one waking up gasping for air, heart pounding in your chest, you need to listen to me right now. Your soul is sending you a distress signal, a literal SOS. And here's the difference. Unlike Virginia, you still have time to answer it. All right, we're gonna go through some questions now. And please, do not just rush past them. These are not just words on a screen. They are diagnostic tools. This is serious.
First one. Are you currently carrying something that's just too heavy to even name? A grief, a secret, a responsibility that doesn't even have words?
Next, do you feel like you're just performing fine for everyone else, while you are quietly, completely sinking beneath the surface of your own life? Is there an emotion, we're talking grief, rage, longing, maybe even despair, that you have absolutely refused to let yourself actually feel? And this one. Are you surrounded by people, maybe all the time, but you feel completely and utterly alone in what you're going through? If any of those questions hit you even a little bit, then listen. This dream is not random. It is not just some leftover anxiety from a movie you watched. This is your psyche, your inner self, doing the only thing it has left to do when you refuse to listen during the day. It is screaming at you while you sleep. I need you to understand this. This is one of the most urgent dreams a person can have. It's not a small thing. It's a full system emergency alert, red blinking light warning coming from your own inner world. So why water? Well, in pretty much every spiritual or psychological tradition, water is the unconscious mind. It's your emotional body. It's all that deep stuff hidden way beneath the surface of your everyday life. Basically, it's everything you feel but can't or won't say out loud. And this emergency alert, it's hitting you on 3 different levels at once. Okay, so emotionally, it means you're overwhelmed. You've been treading water for way too long and you're exhausted. Psychologically, your own mind is staging an intervention with itself. It's trying to stop those relentless thought patterns that are just wearing you down. And spiritually, well, that's your soul telling you to stop being so afraid of the deep water, because that depth you fear, that's exactly where your healing is. And this is where we get to the core choice of it all. See, the dream isn't just a warning. It's presenting you with a choice. You can sink, which is destruction, surrender, the end, or you can dive. And diving, that's transformation. That's exploration. That's a new beginning. So the question becomes so clear. Are you sinking or are you diving? Now, it's also really important to talk about who has this dream, because it's not equally distributed, not even close. Women have this dream far more often than men do, and that is not an accident. There's a very real reason why. From the time we are little girls, we are socialized to carry this absolutely staggering emotional load for everyone. We're taught to hold space for everyone else's feelings, to manage our own quietly in a corner. You know the drill. Absorb, contain, smooth everything over. Just show up, day in, day out. And your conscious mind might tell you you're fine, that it's just what you do. But your body knows, your unconscious knows. It knows you're drowning, even when your life looks totally fine from the outside. It's funny, Virginia Woolf wrote in her diary about this feeling of being locked in. And that, right there, is the drowning dream in a nutshell. That feeling of being locked inside the very life that is eating you alive from the inside out, with no obvious way to escape. But here is the most important thing I'm going to say. You have to hold on to this. There is a door, and the dream is showing you exactly where it is. This is not a death sentence. It's a door. It's an exit. And the message from that dream is screamingly clear. Something has to change. Not someday. Not when things finally calm down. Not when the kids are older. No. Now. Right now. Virginia Woolf, she waited too long. You don't have to. So when you boil it all down, what does this mean? It means the drowning is not your fate. It is your invitation. It's an invitation to finally dive, to transform, to answer that call coming from the deep within you. The only question left is, what are you going to do about it?
Part 2. Your drowning dream isn't random. It's not some glitch in your brain firing off at night. No, it is a targeted message sent specifically to you. Not all drowning dreams are created equal. Each one is a different dialect, a different message from your inner life, and believe me, it is demanding to be heard. One of these is yours. So listen. Okay, let's get right into it. First, let's talk about the beautiful, draining waters. These are the dreams that look peaceful, almost serene from the outside, but are secretly fatal. The water is crystal clear, and you're dying in it. This is about being consumed by something that looks good to everyone else. That enviable relationship, the successful life, the noble role you're playing. But inside, you are suffocating under the weight of all the gratitude you're supposed to be feeling. Then you've got the slow motion drowning. You know this one. Time just stretches out, it feels almost lazy, while you just keep sinking. It's the slowness that's so damn terrifying. This is the burnout dream. It's not about one big catastrophe. It's about a slow erosion, a death by 1,000 small surrenders. You've been giving yourself away in tiny little pieces, saying yes when you meant no until there's just nothing left. That slow drain is what's killing you, quietly. Now let's talk about the threats that lurk just beneath the surface. You can't see what's below you. You can't see what's pulling you down. This dream hits a primal fear because the enemy is completely unknown. This is what a shadow encounter feels like. It's that unacknowledged secret, that buried grief, that shame you've never let yourself actually feel. And because it lives in the dark, it has gotten powerful. And now, it's coming for you. And hey, the type of water you're in, it matters immensely. Are you out in the vast, churning ocean? That dream is about forces so much bigger than you. Generational trauma, systemic oppression. The message here is profound. This wound did not start with you. But if you're in a lake, that's a whole different story. A lake is contained. You're not lost at sea. You are drowning in something with a name, a toxic relationship, a soul-crushing job. And unlike the ocean, a lake has a shore you can actually see. Okay, let's confront what happens when the world or the people in it are the ones drowning you. There's really no gentle way to talk about this one. This is not a metaphor. This is a direct blaring signal about a dangerous relationship. Someone in your life right now is actively suppressing your voice, your growth, your truth. Your dream is demanding an honesty from you that is absolutely terrifying because you know exactly whose hand is holding you down. And every single day you stay, that dream will be back. But sometimes the dream isn't about you. It's about someone you love. And this is the dream that will just break your heart because you're watching it happen in real life too. This is the dream of codependency. It's the sheer exhaustion of watching someone you love destroy themselves while you destroy yourself trying to stop it. The message here is a brutally loving truth bomb. You are not a lifeguard. Letting yourself drown right alongside them isn't going to save them. But you know what might? You, getting to shore. But some dreams show you the way out. They show you the possibility of rescue. So many women wake up from this one crying with a relief they just can't explain. This dream is a message of support. It's showing you that if you're someone who learned that needing people was dangerous, then being saved isn't weakness, it's survivorship. The dream is asking you to look around and just take the hand that's being offered to you. And then, there's the rarest, most significant variation of them all. You go under, you accept that it's over, and then you take a breath. Your psyche isn't showing you your defeat, it's showing you that the very depths you were so afraid of are your natural habitat. This message shows up at a major turning point in your healing. You were built for this, you can survive this.
And finally, let's talk about the unheard messages, the dreams that just will not leave you alone. If this dream keeps coming back week after week, it is not a coincidence.
A recurring dream means one thing. The message has not been received. The wound hasn't been addressed. The situation hasn't changed. It's an alarm clock, and you just keep hitting the snooze button.
And now, for the dream that shakes you harder than any other, the one that will leave you gasping for air the second you wake up.
The child drowning in your dream is almost never a literal child. That child is you. It's the younger version of you who still carries that original wound. The one who was told she was too much or not enough. You are watching your younger self drown, and she has been waiting for you to come back and save her.
So here's the bottom line. Each of these dreams is a specific call to action. It's an urgent message from the part of you that knows the truth. This isn't just a bad dream. It's a diagnosis. And your dream is knocking, louder and louder each time. The only question left is, are you going to answer the door?
Part 3. Okay, so we've talked about what the dream is saying, but now it's about what you do. This isn't theory, this is the action plan. For today, for this week, for the life you're actually living right now.
Because, let's be honest, knowing what it means isn't enough, is it? Information without action, it's just a prettier way to hurt. So this is about what happens next. This is about what you do now that your eyes are open.
So where do we start? We start inside. Because that emergency call, it's coming from inside the house, from inside your house, your body. So are you her? The woman who's gone numb? The one who trained herself to feel nothing because feeling everything was just too damn dangerous at some point? Well, this drowning dream, that's your body, and it is begging you to come back home to it. It's a desperate plea for reconnection.
Now, this isn't some complex therapy or meditation retreat. It's a check-in. That's it. You place your hands on your chest, on your belly, you take 3 slow breaths, and you just ask and listen. You're teaching yourself to hear the whisper before it has to become a scream. And that drowning dream, trust me, that's the scream. This is how you catch it before it gets that loud again.
And here's the crucial part. You start tomorrow morning. Don't wait until you feel ready. Ready is an illusion. It's a trap that will keep you stuck forever. So no excuses. You begin tomorrow.
What about grief? Are you the one carrying around unprocessed grief? Because here's the thing about grief that isn't allowed to move. It pools. It stagnates. It becomes that dark, heavy water in your dreams. It's the weight in your pockets you carry around every single day.
And what's so powerful about this is that your grief doesn't need to be solved to stop drowning you. It just needs to be acknowledged. That's it. So give it a container. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Give it a safe space to just exist, so it stops trying to spill over and take over your entire life.
Okay, but what if you're not drowning alone? What if someone else is in the water with you? Or worse, what if someone is holding your head under?
Yeah, this is for you, the one who dreams of drowning and then wakes up next to the person who leaves you feeling completely drained. You know what I'm talking about, when your home feels less like a safe harbor and more like the deep end of the ocean. So I want you to take a piece of paper, 2 columns, and answer with brutal, unflinching honesty. How do you feel with them, and how do you feel away from them? Look, this isn't for a dinner party conversation. This is survival information. Your dream isn't being dramatic, it's being literal.
And let's be crystal clear about this. This is not permission to just blow up your life. It is permission to see your life clearly. That is the first step. You can't make any real decision until you see the situation for what it actually is. Clarity first, always.
And what if you're the one who thinks you have to do it all alone? Maybe you're skeptical about therapy. Maybe you were raised to believe that you just don't air your dirty laundry. But listen, your dream is screaming at you. It's telling you you're out of your depth and you need a lifeline.
Because isolation is not strength. It's not stoicism. It is the very thing that took Virginia Woolf. And even at the very end, you know what she did? She wrote letters, she reached out. So your job is to find that one person. Make the call. You have to reach out before the last moment.
I need you to hear this. This is not a suggestion. This is an urgent plea. Reach before the last moment. Do it this week. Not when you feel like you're being a burden. Do it now.
All right, let's shift gears. Let's talk about work. The place where so many of us feel like we're constantly swimming against the current, or just straight up sinking.
Are you the high achiever? The one who's good at everything, except stopping? Your life looks like a masterpiece of success from the outside, but inside, you are quietly drowning. You're still running, but you're already underwater.
So here's the prescription. A strategic stop. You block out a 2-hour window, non-negotiable, and you use it for deliberate stillness. No phone, no tasks, just sit in the discomfort of doing nothing. Because what surfaces in that silence? That's the message. That is exactly what your dream has been trying to tell you.
And let's get one thing straight. This is not fluffy self-care. This is a medical-grade intervention for your soul. If you cannot find 2 hours in your week for yourself, you are already in a crisis. The crisis is here. You don't find the time, you make it.
What if you know you need professional help, but you keep putting it off? This is for you, the woman who's always saying, next month, or after this big project, or when things finally calm down. Listen to me. Things are not going to calm down. Next month will just bring its own set of emergencies.
So the time is now. I mean, right now. Before this is even over, open your phone, search for a provider, and send one email. Book one appointment. Don't spend 3 weeks analyzing every option. Just choose one and make contact. The water has been rising for a long time. It is time to reach for the hand that's already reaching for you.
Okay, so after all of this, let's talk about the water itself. Let's reframe this whole thing. You need to understand something absolutely crucial. The water is not the enemy. It never was. The water is the message. And your fear, it's not actually of the water. Your fear is of your own power, your own magnitude.
The dream said, "You are drowning." That was the diagnosis. It was stark, it was clear, it was completely uncompromising. But your life, right now says, "Not yet." This is the reality of this moment. It is a moment of choice, because you are still here. You are still breathing.
And your soul says, dive in, but this time on your own terms. That is the final invitation here. It's the choice between just surrendering to the current, merely surviving, or actual transformation. You know which one it needs to be. The only question left is, what are you going to choose?